That's the first thing she's like, well, you need to come stay in my house. I'm like, nah, I got my own house,
Hell
you
no.
know. But I think she uses that because she has that control. She's always been that person to be, to tell people what to do. I mean, how you gonna tell me what to do? I'm 20 years older than you, and not that age should make a difference, but my experience, I've experienced a lot more than you've experienced in certain ways. So I
Right.
don't know. She was very difficult, very difficult.
And can you clarify her age at the time when you were dealing with her?
This was just recently, so back
Okay.
in 21,
Okay.
2021.
So how old is she, y'all? How old would she have been? 21. How
28,
old comment? 28,
28,
27.
27.
Okay. Okay, so not that long. So okay, so where did this ever come from? Like you possibly being the twins dad? Like
Oh,
where did
because
this rumor?
when we were together, when we were together, I'm not gonna say we wasn't sleeping together. So I'm not gonna say it's not a possibility, but you know, I'm pretty sure it's a possibility that somebody else could be the twins' dad too, because there was another guy involved.
Hmm. There was another guy. Damn. Oh my God. Do you know the guy that was involved?
I met him. I mean, he go to her church. He go to that. He one of those Hebrew Israelite guys. So, cause
That's where
see,
she gets the Israelite stuff
yeah,
from,
cause
huh? Oh, not from some bitch. Oh my Jesus.
she just was on the different side where they did all that religious stuff. The walk, yeah,
So
that's what
that's
it is.
where she gets it from. I'm see, you're giving us more clarity. See, so she got it from that. We thinking because she was just a Jehovah Witness, so she keeps jumping from religions and wow, I'm really, 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 really shocked by that. So, so in that situation, did y'all was y'all relationship was it a little toxic or what caused it to be the what caused your relationship to end, your engagement to end? What made it end, I
Made
guess.
it. I mean, it was toxic. She was. I mean, she had to go every time I came. She had to go through my phone. She was calling me 10 and 15 times a day, questioning me what I was doing. She was accusing me of talking to women. Man, sometimes I work 10, 12 hours a day. And what I do, I'm in the IT field. I don't have time to talk to nobody. I'm busy, especially when you're dealing with computers and stuff. So I don't,
But
she was like on my head. I had to, she went through my Facebook page, started deleting all my friends. She was deleting people that went to my church. And she felt that it was somebody I was talking to. She was trying to get rid of them.
wow,
And I'm too grown for all
very
that.
sorry. That's
Go through your phone. I'm not trying to see, hey, if I got to go through your phone, then I don't need to be with you. I need to, it needs to be rethought about, where we going to go.
okay. So my next question, sir, it's been speculations. She's had this story about you that you're a bisexual man and you tend to dibble and dabble on the other side. What do you have to say to that? Can you set the record straight for us? 5,000 people right now.
I'm not bisexual. I'm not gay. None of that stuff. All that stuff is a lie. And then I think it was one thing that she put up where she said she went to a family thing and somebody at my family, nah, somebody in my family told her I was gay. Nah,
Right. So that's all some bullshit. I figured. She lost so damn much.
girlfriend.
Wow.
I love women. Ask Angelica Soul.
No, I believe you. So what about were there any abuse in your relationship
My relationship,
with her? Yes, your relationship with her. Were you abusive or anything?
I haven't been abusive with her. She's more, she's the type of person that tries to say very hurtful and very evil things at you. to try to get a reaction out of you. And the time when she did put me have me put in jail for domestic violence, I was at her house. She wanted to fight, so I got in the car and I went home. And this was about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So she puts my son in the car and drives over to the house. And she comes and she's bamming on the door. And the biggest mistake I made was opening up the door. Should have never opened up the door.
What?
So she came in there, she was fighting and tussling and all that. And then she called the police and told them I choked her out. Then I spent 3 days in jail.
Damn. So she got you locked up.
But you know what? Even though I did go to jail, uh, she did, and eventually she ended up not pressing charges. But the inconvenience that she put me through, and that should have been a red flag
Mm.
right there. I should have left her alone.
Right. And you know what? And we tend to ignore red flags at times. So that's just being human. You know what I'm saying? We all have fell short and we all have ignored red signs. You know what I'm saying? So, but my next question for you is, do you actually know anything about the kids actually touching on themselves, like they touch on each other? I don't know if you know about that.
Yeah. I kind of had an inkling of an idea of it because I've been watching these videos, so um, I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm not gonna really touch on that because that's a pretty sensitive
Yeah,
subject. I don't know where it's coming from. It's definitely not coming from me, but you know,
oh,
uh,
we definitely know that. We know it's in that household for sure. We definitely, you know what I'm saying? And it's a often it's something that goes on often. And I can leave it at that. You don't have to dig deep, but I definitely wanted you to know if you didn't know. That I feel like now with the evidence that you have and everything that you have, there has to be a way. I know the system is fucked up. I don't really know, like I said, how this works, but there has to be a way you can get this expedited. And if Matthew is yours, whenever you do a DNA test or whatnot, you can actually do a court order one. You need to get that your child. Safety is first. You know what I'm saying?
well, I mean, just like I said,
So,
I know it was mine. We haven't. There's been no DNA done for the twins, so
oh, okay, okay.
there's been no
So
DNA.
that's what you need done. Okay, I got you.
She wants to sign a birth certificate. Well, I mean, I don't think that would have been a wise idea.
Right.
That's here.
No, definitely, definitely. So what's the history on her family? Like, did you ever meet her family? Like, how was that encounter? Like her mom, her grandma's, people like that.
I met her. I met her grandmother, and I met her dad. I never met like any of her siblings. Told me about them, but I never met any of them.
Okay. And how was your encounter with the family?
I never. It was cordial. It never, it wasn't no fussing or fighting or anything like that. It was always cordial.
Okay. So were you the baby father that she was talking about she would have to meet at the police station?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. She labeled you as a bad guy, really, like honestly, on this app. Like, and you seem like you seem way different. You know what I'm saying from what she told us. So
yeah,
that's really what's gagging me. You seem really cool and laid back. Like, you don't seem like this. You know what I'm saying? Like I know you could
yeah.
be some a different person right now. Your temperament seems pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that she's upset because I didn't want to get married to her. I think that I don't know. I think maybe she felt
Oh,
turned off. So.
wow. So like, how did that conversation go? Like when you called it off the engagement, like did you just say fuck it and just left without letting her know, or
I mean, it just got
what
to
caused
it
her to become bitter?
got to the point where I just had to. I mean, get up and just leave. I couldn't. I mean, the cutting of the clothes to the. I mean, it was just too much. It was too much, and I just had to be real with myself. I mean, it don't make no sense to keep sitting around here fighting and all this other type of stuff and arguing. It don't. That's not. You don't get nowhere with that.
So where were her kids when she went to the crazy house? Did you know she was in a crazy house at a certain point? The
What
psych
I didn't.
ward or whatever?
You know what? I did not find out that she was messed up like that until I was at the house one day and I happened to come up on some of the medication that she had.
Oh, not you found the man. Wait, what? Do you recall the medication it was?
I don't recall it, but I was like, it made me question some things. And then I think maybe one time Patrick had said, I don't know if they had got into it one time, but I remember he had said something about she was crazy or something like that, or that she was in the crazy house. So, you know, yeah, I didn't know. I had
So
no
wait,
idea.
so wait, when y'all were engaged, Patrick was actually still there, or he was ever around? Like he was actually.
He wouldn't come around all the time, but
Oh,
he would
okay.
he would come to the house. He would. And then, those kids that
Well,
had a bad thing of leaving the door open and he would just walk in there.
oh my goodness. So as a man, you never checked that, or you just kept it cool. You was just like, okay,
I mean, a lot of times when he did it, I wasn't there. And the one time he did do it when I was there, he came in and then he walked right back out the door. So, I mean,
oh,
he
okay,
didn't beat nobody up or hit nobody across the head, but she had pretty much banned them from the house because, I guess they situation that got pretty toxic, you know. And just like I'm saying, I'm just reflecting off of what was told me. I can't go off. I wasn't there. I could just go off of what I was told.
right. Do you regret dealing with her now that you see everything that's going on?
You know what? I don't have any regrets because everything in life is a learning lesson.
Right.
I don't have regrets. I mean, did I gain something out of it? Yeah, I gained some knowledge. So now I don't regret anything.
You live and you learn, brother.
I do.
Shit.
'Cause
You live and you learn.
I'm still learning.
Amen. Me too. So, okay, so I'm gonna actually add some people up because I know a lot of people been waiting to ask you some questions. And y'all, again, can y'all make sure y'all support this brother, y'all? And please, 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 the support is going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? His CA is Truth Please, and that's Truth PLS. TRUTHPLS, y'all. And this will go to helping him get custody, do what he needs to do to get his lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Things like this can be costly. So we want to support this brother. He's actually doing what he needs to do. Most men won't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely going to shed light on that. And I don't care any of demonic souls in here, Angelica fans in here that are upset at me. I don't give a fuck. I got my own supporters. They gonna run me up regardless. Y'all season my pockets, y'all. Let's give me the 2 or 3K. And y'all
And
make
you
sure
know,
y'all definitely cash that up. What you say,
Hi,
brother?
Cooper.
let me say something real
Hold
quick.
on, Candy Baby. What's up,
That's
Cooper?
in there. Her friends that's talking that bullshit. They gave her a free lawyer. She didn't have to pay for a lawyer when she dropped them kids off on
Mm,
my. They gave her ass a lawyer. CPS gave her a lawyer. Then on top of it, not only did they give her a lawyer, I had to give the
wow.
twins back after keeping them for 2 weeks. And then after keeping my son and going to court, they made me turn my son back over to her. And they waived all her
What?
fees. go to court, I gotta pay filing fees, I gotta pay motion fees and everything. Ain't nothing waived for me. So talk y'all shit.
Damn.
We all know the
You see how
system
they
is
do? You
not
see
for
how they
our
do the
brothers.
system to the men, to the brothers that actually step up to the plate? Candy, you see this? You see
Yes.
how they against him? Fuck
I mean,
up.
that's how it
Go
is.
ahead.
A woman, she doesn't have to get educated, ever have a job. She doesn't have to be fit to take care of kids, but they're going to do everything to make sure that woman can take care of them kids. Free housing, free food, everything. A father, he got to show he got A, B, C, and D. You got to make 10 times the income. Like, it's a fucking mess. So I stand with you, brother. I had a question. So the 3 days, you remember when y'all had the domestic violence situation and she actually went to jail and you had the
Yeah,
children? For those
yeah.
3 days. Was Patrick around? And also, how were the children? Did they respect you? Were they disrespectful? Were they wild? Were they the same way with you that they are with her? I guess what I'm asking.
The thing about it is, when you're dealing with children, you got to know how to deal with them. Uh, Patrick wasn't around because he wasn't allowed to the house, but hey, I cooked dinner for him when they got out of school. Dinner was there for him.
Hmm.
The clean. I didn't just tell them to clean up. I worked with them. I cleaned up with them. I showed them how to keep it clean. I made sure everybody
Right,
had a.
Amen.
right.
I have no problem with them
I
kids.
get that idea that they would be okay if they had better guidance and better supervision.
And that's
So,
what I
okay.
keep telling her. Have some structure in here. You don't have no structure.
Right.
Amen.
And this is my last question. When Matthew comes and see you, what does he say about Patrick? How does Matthew feel about Patrick? We hear little things that Matthew says in the background, but does he ever express to you?
No, because you know what? I question him. I really do. Because I've
Hmm.
been seeing, especially when I seen the one where he took that lighter to my son. Oh man,
Yeah.
I could
Yeah, I know
tell
you
that.
was pissed.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I know you was pissed.
And I had to tell him, dude, if I ever hear you put your hands on my son, man, really?
Yeah.
But I question him. He say he ain't never touched him. He keeps saying it.
Yeah.
And I keep asking him. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna
And you know he'll tell you. Because one thing about Matthew is he gonna let you know. So
Oh
but I
yeah.
appreciate you for
He
answering my
will.
question. And thank you for having me, Charlie.
Thank you, Candy.
I wish
You
you the
had a
best, brother.
great question. Great question. Okay, my question before I add the next person, I want to know, and this is serious. People gonna key when I ask this. They gonna laugh when I ask this, but this is a serious question. But did Angelique wash her ass when she was with you? Did Muriel wash her ass when she was with
yes, she was. Yeah, she
you?
was.
She's actually clean.
I don't- hey, I can't be around nobody that's funky. I'm sorry. So
What? I'm shocked because she don't. You know, she got two bath days now. She only bathes 2 days out the week.
mm-mm.
Hi,
That's why
Charlie.
I
Hi,
asked you.
Albert.
Like I'm dead. Hey,
I wanted to ask if he knew that, or if he was involved, like with CPS, why she's going through this right now, because they could actually help you get custody of your kids. Is that what you were seeking?
What? They were supposed to help me, but they helped her. They didn't help me at all.
Hmm.
And
Well,
when
they have to come to you first before they actually take her kids, right? And they
and
can't just go into the
the thing,
system.
right? That's the thing because I don't have custody of my son, but I got legal rights to my son, which is in the court order. So, like I said, I didn't know when I seen this on here, and I went to get my son. She didn't tell me, so I called CPS, and I'm like, "What's going on?" And they telling me, "Well, we don't have to call you." I say, "Yes, you do. I have a
Yes,
court
they
order
do.
that gives legal rights to my son. You do have to call
Right.
me.
And have you talked to a supervisor there? Because they might be able to get.
It's the
I
weekend,
think you
so
should. Yeah.
this is the weekend. I ain't gonna hear from nobody until Monday, but first thing in the morning, I'm
yeah.
gonna be on the.
Okay, and one more question. Does Angelique use hard drugs besides marijuana? Does she use any other illegal substances that you know
Somebody,
of?
Question.
somebody else is asking me. I'm not sure. Not that I know of, but
Okay,
somebody else.
that's what I'm.
Well, you know she's popping Adderall. Which of her child is on Adderall? Which one, y'all? Which one? I don't know which one. Which one? She's using one of her son's pills for Adderall. It's Jeremiah. Yep,
Well,
she
she
pops his Adderall, so that's why she asked
Okay, well,
like,
thank you, Albert. Thank you,
you.
Charlie. I wish you the best of luck, Albert. I hope you get your son and your kids, your twins.
yeah,
We're on, like I said,
very,
we on your side. What's up, Sheena?
Hey,
St.
Mr.
Louis
Apple.
in the
Hey,
house.
Charlie.
What's up,
Hey,
baby?
y'all. Um, how do you feel when you watch some of those videos? Like, do you get emotional? Because your son is in a lot of those videos.
yeah, I get real emotional. I'm not gonna say I haven't cried about it, and I think the thing that makes it so tough is because I did file a police report about the one where he lit the match to my son's thing.
Mhm.
The fact that I just can't do anything, you know, and ever since I go to the police station to get him, now it's like I'm under the microscope because it's like they watching me. I can't even call her phone. I have to talk to her through an app.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Oh, wow.
and that's a whole nother story. Someone in
Mm.
there saying that I was abusive and we was in this ongoing relationship and how abusive I was, and they didn't look for any proof. They just took her word for it. Like
Well, can you take any of those videos to CPS? Would that help if you just gather all them videos up?
that's what I'm gonna try to do. And show